Hi, Vanessa. So we're looking at, you asked me to take a look at this last question here, number 4. And let's take a look and actually let's go through all of these options here. So if we're looking at this first option here, more students rode the bus than take a car. Looking at this box and whisker plot here, can we say that definitively, yes or no? Do we have enough information to decide that? Because if you look at those guys up at the top, we were given a set of numbers. So we know if we were to create two box and whisker plots, we would know that based on the set of data that one of them had more people in it than the other. But if we look down here at just these box and whisker plots, can we say that? First of all, that's question number 1. Can we decide just based on the box and whisker plots without the data set, can we decide that that is, in fact, true or false? If we look at the second option now, students who had the longest ride to school was on the bus. That means we need to look at both of these box and whisker plots, and we need to figure out which one had a longer ride for the kids to get to school. Did the car, which if you look at your maximum number, you have 17. And then if you look at your maximum number for the bus, which one has a larger maximum number? That means all the way to the end right side of the box and whisker plot. Now here comes the one that you asked me specifically to talk about. 50% of the bus riders had a longer ride to school than the slowest car rider. So first we need to look at this car here and we need to figure out what is the slowest car rider's time. So if we look at this box and whisker plot, if we're looking for the slowest time, that means it's going to take the longest amount of time, right? Because it's the slowest, so it's going to take the longest amount of time. So the way that we have to figure that out is we have to look for this maximum number on my car. And my maximum number, if we come down all the way to my number line, it's going to be a 17. And if I follow it up to where my bus is, ooh, look at that. My maximum for my car and my median for my bus fall at the same point at the same number, the same amount of minutes. So that means that this bottom half, right? Because it's 25% is in the first half of the box, and the second 25% is this little leg on the outside of it. So we have this 25%, 25%. So this first half is 50, which we know. And so it's saying that 50%, 25 and 25% of my bus riders take longer than that the slowest car time. So I would say that's probably a true statement. And the length of the length of the ride to school varied more for the bus riders than the car riders. So that means you need to figure out, when we're looking at what's my varying, it varies the most, you're looking at that range value, right? So you're going to have to find your minimum, subtract that from your maximum to get your range for both of these. And is it a true statement that it takes the varied length is for the time varied more for the bus riders than the car riders? Or do we not have enough information to know that? But I think we do have enough. So I was just going through this last one, question number 4. If you need help with anything else, please feel free to let me know. Awesome. Bye, Vanessa.